Cornelison will sing it tonight.
As a player, if you don't have goosebumps and butterflies in your stomach, you're not human. As we look at the Dodge starting goaltenders for the Blues, Brent Johnson once again, his record 1-1, a goals against average, great 1.01. Look at the save percentage, 95.7%, of course, coming off that shutout yesterday afternoon. Jocelyn Thibault has almost been as good. His record's 500 as well. His save percentage at 95%, so goaltending has been very good at both ends. Our officials this evening, the referees are Kerry Fraser and Dan O'Halloran. The linesmen are Steve Miller and Dan Shakti.
They've got quite a crowd here. Joel Quenneville understands well what his team faces here in the early minutes of this game. Game 1, Thursday night in St. Louis, going to the Hawks 2-1. Alexander Karpovtsev scored the game winner with 3:10 left. Yesterday in St. Louis at Sabbath Center, the Blues beat Brian Sutter's team 2-0. Doug Waite and Scott Mellanby scoring. Game 4 will be here Tuesday night at 7. But right now these teams are ready for game number 3. Zomnoff on the face-off, Hawks control, and the puck shot in by Pops. Around far side of Monte, a shot, and that goes wide. Pops at the point, gets the puck ahead. Dimitra intercepts a pass too far for Tkachuk, and Odeline shoots it in. Amonte, Zomnoff, and Kyle Calder up front. Here is Pronger, who's on defense with Van Rhine to Tkachuk. His long shot caught by Thibault, and he'll hold on with Dimitra and Mellanby nearby. So we're just underway. No score first period. Before the game, we went to Doug Waite and asked him for the keys to tonight's game.
You need breaks, you know, to win the Stanley Cup. You need luck, but each series you need certain breaks throughout the series and momentums that carry you through the series. But I think if you do those first two things, which is discipline and special teams, and playing your system and staying out of the box and being successful on the special teams, the breaks will take care of themselves.
Doug Waite with the quality Ford dealer keys to the game.
There's going to be a lot of keys. This needs a lot of breaks, but you got to win 4 games. So you can just imagine how many breaks you need. You have to outwork, you have to do all the right things, but you need breaks to win 4 games out of 7.
Korolev a pass over to Steve Thomas. Tom Fitzgerald also on the line. Drake gets the puck, shoots it in. With Eastwood and Codine. Hawks back deep in their own zone. This is Odeline coming over from Columbus at the trading deadline. He lost a lot of ice time. Sending the puck behind the net. Eastwood will go after it. Thomas cracking into the end boards, and the pass at center ice for Jeff Finley. The Blues start a change as Finley shoots the puck in. The Hawks are changing also. Thibault leaves it. Pops up to Odeline. Now Daws, who's been rather quiet, their leading scorer in the regular season, and he overskates the puck. Wait, back the other way with Young, and Stillman dumps the puck in. Quickly in the corner, Phil Housley. He made a pass that hurt his team badly earlier in the series. Now Michael Nylander, very shifty. Bergevin backs in. The shot goes wide. Johnson up the board. Stillman and Sullivan, who gets the puck. Then Bergevin steals it. Can't clear. A shot right on. And Johnson a save. No goal. The whistle had blown. No goal. The whistle had blown. Gary Fraser very emphatic with a call. Not that many people were able to hear the whistle. Let's get a look now at our Blues lines, brought to you by the Casino Queen.
No changes really. The only change Doug Wade you see is on the second line. Ray Ferraro out to the fourth line as Wade is playing much better now, feeling very good defense. All the same as you see Van Ryn again in the lineup. But take a look and listen to the whistle. There it is. You see the shot coming clearly after the whistle, so a good shot at the dare guys, and that's what the Hawks, I believe, are going to do, Kenny, just like the Blues did. They went to the front of the net yesterday against Thibault. That's what you're going to see the Hawks do. They're going to go and try to get more traffic in front of Brent Johnson.
I don't think there's any question. They know that they can't let him gain confidence. Big collision there. Now a 2-on-1. Turkin back. Mayers with Pronger. Mayers shoots. He scores! Oh, baby! Jamal Mayers gets the first goal of game number 3.
That's what the doctor ordered in this building, especially to take the crowd out of it. The Hawks with a turnover early sets up an odd man rush. A 2-on-1, and Jamal Mayers does the right thing, shoot the puck. Pronger was coming up late, but here you see Tyson Nash. Here's the outlet. You see 3 Hawks caught right there as the defense pinched, and this is a 2-on-1. And Jamal Mayers, I believe, beat Thibault to the short side. At least that's what I thought from that angle. If that's a short side goal, that's a bad goal for a goaltender to give up, but that's where you shoot it. Get the puck up on Thibault and test him early, and a big goal for the Blues to start the game.
Now the Hawks, Mark Bell slides it in. He's on with Arneson and Downey. They like to bump a lot. Here's a shot that goes behind the net. Nash after the puck. Karpatsev will play it at center ice. And the puck goes deep into the Hawk zone. Both teams are changing. So the Blues with an early 1-0 lead. Zomnov shoots the puck in. Johnson way out of the crease. Up the boards it comes. Mellanby a pass into the middle, and Tkachuk overskates the puck. Van Ryn there from the red line, shooting the puck in. Played by Thibault into the corner. Now the Hawks trying to get the puck up ice. Zomnov able to get it by Van Ryn. 1:48. Mayers gets the goal, his first of the playoffs from Ferraro and Nash. Out of his own end, Mellanby with Dimitra and Tkachuk. Odeline breaks up the play. Odeline feeds the puck over. Here is Steve Pops, the Colgate product. Long shot, and that's turned to the corner. Pronger, the Blues captain, back on defense with Van Ryn. A pass to center ice, knocked down. And here is Van Ryn. His shot on net. Easy save for Thibault. Clem feeds around to Steve Thomas. Now to Steve Pops. And back for Thomas, who'll have to circle the 38-year-old to John Clem. He'll get the puck right back from Housley. Clem, of course, longtime Quebec Nordique and Colorado Avalanche defenseman. Igor Korolev, who once was with the Blues, to another former Blue. Housley intercepting Young to Drake. Can't get in good position to shoot. Tied up by Clem. Then Thomas steps into Young. Loose puck. And Phil Housley pushes the puck up the boards. Finley keeps it in. Dimitra knocked down, and here's Korolev over to Clem. He'll shoot the puck out. Salvador right wing to Young as the teams change. He'll fire the puck in. The Blues are up 1-0, just past the 4-minute mark of the first period in game number 3. Phil Housley, he has played a lot of hockey in his career, a 38-year-old. Now the puck comes to Daws and bounces away. And then the Blues cough it up, and here's Karpatsev getting it over far side to Turkin. Oh, baby. How does he get cracked? Stillman going low to throw that check. Here is Steve Sullivan. The puck will come to Michael Nylander. Now up the middle to Daws, over here to Sullivan, and he'll circle back. Now Chebaturkin ahead to Daws. He's ridden out by Bergevin. Here's Nylander, can't make a good pass, and it is Macinnis back to the puck to Mark Bergevin, who once played for the Blackhawks. Up the wing to Mayers, the goal scorer. His pass knocked down at the defense by Chebaturkin. Ferraro shoots the puck in. On with Mayers and Nash, and they're replaced. Here come the Hawks. This is Tony Amonte, the ex-Ranger, having to leave the puck for Vladimir Chebaturkin, who of course played with the Blues. There's a shot wide as Chebaturkin makes an errant pass. Dimitra with a shot. Now it's center ice. Mellanby can't get around Kyle Calder. Now Van Rhine a shot. A second shot. And Thibault makes the save on Mike Van Rhine, who came close to scoring yesterday at Sabbath Center when he hit the post.
The Blues doing an excellent job right now controlling the play of the game, at least the early play here. They really have got good puck control. Nice play, Van Rhine following up on his own rebound that was blocked by the defense. But good work by Van Rhine, not afraid to go on offense. First shot's blocked, as you can see, and Thibault a nice job moving laterally to make the save. But good work by the Blues, and great job to start this game. They've taken the crowd out of it. They're not allowing the Hawks to get in on top of the Blues defense, so this is picture perfect right now as a road game.
Shots on goal favoring the Blues, 3-2. Drake pokes the puck to the corner. Eastwood goes behind the net. Eastwood a pass with the puck. Sean Podine. Drake trying to move in front, can't, trying to stuff it. Podine, and unable to at the post. Steve Thomas takes over for the Blackhawks. The outlet pass over the line. The pass in front from Fitzgerald fails to get through to Korolev. Here's Thomas again. Back for Igor Korolev, the Russian. To Fitzgerald. To Thomas in front. Podine intercepts, and he'll just shoot the puck the length of the ice. Back to touch it. Phil Housley icing against the Blues. 1:48, the time of Jamal Mayers' goal. And the Blues here in Game 3 lead the Blackhawks 1-0. Thursday will be on Fox Sports Net again at 5:30 Thursday for game number 5 from Sabbath Center. Here it's 1-0 early in Game 3 on a goal by Jamal Mayers, moving in on the left wing on a 2-on-1.
Very important to have other people than just your stars scoring goals. We go back to Game 1. You see the Hawks with Carpet set getting a goal. Who would have expected that? And now you got your fourth line with a goal. That's huge in a series like this.
Stillman gets the puck in, waits at center. Young on the other wing. There's going to be a penalty call. It'll be against John Clem. Mcinnis centers. Oh, what a save! What an incredible save by Jocelyn Thibault on Doug Waite. And now the Blues, already up 1-0, are going to go on the power play as Clem will go off for holding.
A holding call you see here. There it is. Clem's got a hold of the jersey of Scott Young. Kerry Fraser with the call, but what a save there. But as you see here, Dimitra, there he is right there. Look at this shot. What a great save there by Thibault to keep this game at just 1-goal lead for the Blues. So Clem goes off for holding the Blues 2 for 6 now in the series. Get their first opportunity on the power play.
That certainly hasn't hurt in a low-scoring series. Blues 2 for 6 in the power play. Chicago 0 for 5. Macinnis will go back. He and Pronger on the points. Up front, Tkachuk and Mellanby and Dimitra. Here's Al Macinnis. He'll blast the puck in, wide of the net. Garpetsev gets it ahead. Amonte moving after the puck, tipped away, and Zomnov circles back. Odeline on defense with Pops, and a long shot caught by Johnson. Now fresh penalty killers for Chicago. Blues up by a goal. 7 minutes into the first period of game number 3. Wade overskates the puck. Odeline shoots it in. It's offside, so we'll have a face-off near the center checkered red line.
This is the point in the game where you can really get yourself some huge momentum if you can score on the power play and take the 2-goal lead. This crowd right now is virtually right out of it. Something good has to happen for the Hawks to get back in this, and a penalty kill can always do that too. If the Hawks kill off this penalty, get some momentum, get the crowd involved, a lot of times you can really change everything. But if the Blues should score here, Kenny, a huge difference.
New Jersey won at home today, 4-0 over Carolina. The Hurricane leading that best-of-7 Eastern Conference series now 2-1. The Detroit-Vancouver game in Vancouver tonight will start after this game. Would normally be over, barring overtime. Detroit down 2-0. So the Blues have the power play here for another 1 minute and 5 seconds. They almost lose the puck. And here is Ray Ferraro leaving the puck for Mcinnis. Ferraro, Stillman, Young up front. Ferraro has trouble with the puck, gets it back. He takes a shot, batted away, trying to get the puck initially to Mcinnis. Along the boards, the battle. Odeline turns. He's got Stillman there, and then finally the puck cleared out by Tom Fitzgerald. Pretty good penalty killing here by the Blackhawks. 38 seconds to go in Clem's penalty. Doug Waite, who had the big goal yesterday, gets into the zone. Not much on the dump in, and Potts clears the puck away. 25 seconds left in the Blues' first power play of Game 3. Here is Van Rhine shooting the puck in. He and Pronger on the points. Dimitra, Mellanby, and Tkachuk up front. Van Rhine keeps the puck in, and Mellanby shoots just wide. Here's Pronger. 5 seconds to go in Clem's penalty to Mellanby. To Tkachuk in a crowd. Now the penalty is over. Dimitra banging with the defenseman on the play. Karpatsev, the puck in front. Hawks have it, and they break out. Here's Alex Zomnov dancing around Mellanby, and the puck shot in by Clem. So the Blues fail to score on their first power play. Do not get a lot of real good pressure. This is Van Rhine up the middle to Drake, on to Eastwood, and Amante steals the puck. Housley just clears it away. Pronger shoots it back in. Now the Blues are changing. This is Housley. First season with the Blackhawks. Once played with the Blues. Up to Odeline and on to Calder. He'll shoot it in, and he has a big collision with Macinnis, and the puck held at the edge of the crease by Brent Johnson. Well, great seats are still available for Thursday's Game 5 at Sabbath Center. Start time that night, remember, is 6 o'clock. Tickets are on sale at Sabbath Center at all Ticketmaster outlets or by phone at 314-241-1888. You can also purchase tickets online at stlouisblues.com. You'll want to be at Sabbath Center Thursday night for game number 5.
And with 2 victories here in this building, it could wrap up the series. Let's hope it looks that way.
Now Arneson with Bell and Downey. They've been a very pesky line for Brian Sutter. Eastwood, who was very good in the faceoff Saturday after what he described as a poor effort on faceoffs in Game 1, and he wins the draw. Bergevin gets the puck ahead, and Shevaturkin controls for Chicago. He's on with Karpatsev. Now Downey hit by Ferraro. Blues at center ice. Finley back from Salvador and over to the second-tier defenseman. Puck tipped in by Drake from his side of center. Shevaturkin back, and the Hawks touch the puck first, so it is an icing call.
I don't know if Shevaturkin didn't realize that it was going to be icing or not. All he had to do was touch it, but he took the body instead. But Mike Eastwood, a good look at him there. He did very well on the faceoffs yesterday, and that's so important. That's one of the aspects of the game that people don't realize how important they are. Puck possession, so important to have the puck in your own zone too. So many scoring chances in the defensive zone are created because you lose the faceoff, but Mike has done an excellent job, and Joel usually sends Eastwood out almost on every faceoff in the defensive zone.
On this occasion, it's Ferraro. The Blues have an early goal from Jamal Mayers. The shots, 5-2 Blues. Pops the shot, good stick save by Brent Johnson. Mayers gets the puck in the middle. Finley, he'll clear it off the glass, and here is Michael Nylander. Over to John Clem. Blues quickly do some adjusting. Clem works the puck in, and it's quickly shot back out. Now Housley with it. And the puck shot in by Sullivan, who is on with Nylander and Daws. Johnson clears the puck out to center ice. Wade picks it up. 3-on-3. Doug Wade into the corner. In front to Young, and he can't get much on the shot. Well covered by Daws. Now at the blue line, Macinnis. And the shot deflected, knocked down, front ahead to Eric Daws. He'll just dump the puck in. Chicago changing. The Blues doing the same. 9:35 left in the first period. But a very strong start to game 3 for the Blues. Hawks go back. Odeline. Dimitra kicks at the puck and controls it. Well, Mcinnis, the shot right on, and Thibault not sure, but he has the puck covered. We're in the first period. Mayers has scored, and there has been some hitting.
Here, watch the play here. This puck gets dumped off the glass. Daze's got a breakaway. Look at this. He knocks it right out of midair. Otherwise, it's a 2-on-1, and Daze walks right in. What a play by Pronger.
Zomnov can't clear. Pronger slap shot, and that deflects wide. Hawks to center ice. Amante. Tkachuk finishes his check on Calder. Amante well covered by Van Rhine. Look out. That shot blocked by Tkachuk. A second shot. And Johnson the save on Kyle Calder. And the Hawks coming all the way up the ice, Bernie, and I'm telling you, they paid the price every inch of the way.
They did, and this is a great play by Keith Tkachuk. Again, there's things in a game where you're scoring goals, setting up plays, but look at the physical play of Tkachuk now. He's going to take one for the team here, sliding to block the shot. As you watch on the ISO, there's the shot block as Calder was going to blast it from the middle of the slot. So great work by Tkachuk, and then a good solid save by Brent Johnson on the ensuing rebound.
8:54 left, first period. Jamal Mayers scoring at 1:48 on a 2-on-1. Finley. Pronger. Drake, Eastwood, and Podine up front. They have been very strong in this series as they were late in the regular season. Clem touching the puck. Icing is the call against the Blues. Looking for the perfect way to spend your evenings? Introducing the best damn sports show period with host Chris Rose, Tom Arnold, and a bunch of ex-jocks. It's the only show that gives you sports comedy, commentary, scores, and highlights. So kick back, relax, and enjoy the Emmy-nominated Best Damn Sports Show period. Now available weeknights at the new times of 8 and 11 p.m. only here on Fox Sports Net. Eastwood, a terrific finish to the regular season, and he has kept up the pace here in the playoffs. He wins the draw from Fitzgerald, Bergevin, and Thomas. And here comes Drake. Can't clear. Housley keeps the puck in. And Bergevin gets in Fitzgerald's way. Fitzgerald gets in Eastwood's way, and Podine fires the puck in. Thibault stays in the crease. Here's Igor Korolev. Lemon pops on defense. Here's Thomas with Korolev and Fitzgerald. Korolev trying to get to the puck. Eastwood bumped by Fitzgerald. Macinnis hammering away, and here's Eastwood looking for a little room, and he overskates the puck. Johnson comes out, gives a little room to Al Macinnis. Chicago begins a change. Macinnis off the stick of Eastwood, getting the puck in deep, and the Blues are changing also. Alexander Karpatsev, the 32-year-old defenseman, way up on the wing for Eric Daws. He dances around Pronger. Stillman gets in his way. Here's Sullivan. And the Hawks able to pry the puck loose. Pronger gets in the way. Here's Nylander. He really is a player to watch. You've got to stay with him. And Waite trying to. And it's difficult. Waite using his skates neatly. Off the glass. And out to center ice, Stillman. He'll shoot the puck in. Back is Karpatsev. Scott Young is there. The puck gets by him. Nylander with it. In the middle to Chebaturkin. Now here are the Hawks over the line. Sullivan to Arneson, and he can't take the pass. Behind the Blues net, it's Bryce Salvador. 7 minutes remaining in the first period. Ferraro run down from behind by Downey. There's going to be a penalty. That's a charging penalty against the 27-year-old Hawks winger Aaron Downey.
Downey's not arguing much, but Ferraro trying to get loose. Now there's the play there. You can call it a charge, call it something, but he clearly hit him from behind, jumped right on his back. Downey's out there to add energy to the Chicago lineup, but that's not a smart penalty again, as you have a game this close, especially at home. The Blues now going to be having their 8th power play. The Hawks have only had 4 in the series other than the last 16 seconds yesterday afternoon. The call against Chris Pronger.
So the Blues will see what they can do here with a man advantage. The shots are 6-4 Blues. Here is Zamnoff. And he'll just dump it in. Zamnoff, Clem, Odeline, and Monte. Pronger for the Blues. He's on one point. Mcinnis on the other. Dimitra to Mellanby. Into the corner. Tkachuk goes behind the net. He'll take the pass from Mellanby. Back to Mellanby. He shoots. He scores! A power play goal for Scott Mellanby. Oh, baby. That's 3 power play goals in 3 playoff games. And the Blues have a 2-0 lead.
The size and the strength here is so obvious. Both Tkachuk and Mellanby are so strong on their skates. They're so physical. This is a give and go. It's a great play by Tkachuk, giving it back to Mellanby. And Thibault was already going to the other side of the net. Didn't even realize the puck was in the net. But look at the power forward here. Mellanby stays with, get hit. He's still able to keep it, get it over to Tkachuk. Look at, take the return back. You see, Thibault was looking the other way. Mellanby between the pads there, a power play goal. The Blues now 3 for 8 in the series, and now a huge lead, a 2-goal lead here to start game 3.
Scott Mellanby tonight playing the 115th playoff game of his career. He has always been a clutch player. And after a slow start to the season, and he had a lot of family issues to deal with, he really had a great second half. And obviously has had a great start to the 2002 playoffs. The puck slides right to Johnson. He'll take it ahead to Eastwood. Now here is Bodine on to Drake. He can't get in, then he does. Gets a shot stopped a couple times by Thibault. Hawks, Igor Korolev. He'll fire the puck in. Johnson stays in the crease. Now we're going to get a penalty. Bodine takes down Steve Thomas. And the Blues are going to be shorthanded after that power play goal. Mellanby's second of the playoffs from Tkachuk and Dimitra at 13:26.
See, Thibault's looking the other way. Mellanby a step to the front and shoves it in between the legs of Thibault. The Blues with a 2-0 lead, but they are shorthanded as Sean Bodine goes off for obstruction hooking on Steve Thomas. The first time the Blues are shorthanded tonight.
14:08 the time. The Hawks are 0 for 5 in the first 2 games on the power play. Stick save Johnson. Calder tied up. This is Daws back to Zamnoff to Housley. One-timer. That deflects wide. Then Daws well covered on the feed from Nylander. Nylander, Daws, Calder up front. This is Zamnoff. Housley's at the other point. With Nylander, Zamnoff, and Housley, you have 3 terrific puck handlers. There's a shot blocked in front. Oh, the rebound. Nylander gets poked at the last minute. Then Finley gets knocked down, as did Calder, but I think it's Calder who's going to take an interference penalty in front of the Blues net. That, of course, is a very bad penalty to take, and it'll even things up.
It's so hard in playoff hockey. Everybody is fighting for position in front of the net. Whoever's there, you're going to fight with, and sometimes you get the other guy to take the call. Sometimes you get called, but this is Calder right there in front with Finley, and Finley wasn't strong enough on the play, and I kind of agree with Calder there, is that really there's no call there. Those 2 guys coming together, and I think that's a break for the Blues there, as both players are really being very physical there. One goes down and the other guy gets the penalty because he was stronger on the skates. So a good break for the Blues. Now we'll play four-a-side for a minute 19.
Wade is out there with Young. The man with the puck, Mcinnis and Bergevin, Daws and Sullivan, along with Clem and Housley in front of Thibault. 5 minutes to go in the first period. Game number 3. The series tied at a victory apiece, and the Blues have a 2-0 lead here tonight at United Center in Chicago. Wait to Scott Young. Young feeds out to Bergevin. Then out of the reach of Wait. And Housley, a quick pass. Trying to work in Sullivan. Poke check by Bergevin and ridden out. And that leaves the puck for Doug Weight. Weight, after a late season injury, has played very well in the first now 3 games of this playoff series. Tony Amonte. 25 seconds until the Blues get their man Bodine back. Still 4-on-4. Stillman over to Pronger. Out with Van Rhine. Stillman is teamed with Ferraro up front. Pronger will go after the loose puck. And he overskates it. Gets his stick lifted a bit by Karpatsev. And here is Tony Amonte to Karpatsev to Steve Popst. Popst, the 33-year-old who spent most of his career in the minor leagues. Pronger gets the puck after the Johnson save. Up to Tkachuk, now to Dimitra. The Blues have a power play for 35 seconds. Thibault the save on Dimitra. Pop swinging at Dimitra. The puck to the point to Finley. The shot right on. Thibault the save. And the rebound controlled by Amonte, and he fires the puck into the crowd. And that'll stop play with 3:32 to go in the first period. Let's go downstairs and check in with Dan McLaughlin.
Ken and Bernie, thank you very much. Let's talk a little bit about this series and what it means for head coach Joe Quenneville. He said, I want this team to be physical, and so far we have seen that in particular out of guys like Tkachuk, Jamal Mayers, and some of the others that have been in this series and have seen it time and time again. We'll take a look at tonight what they've been able to do, and it starts at the point there, and obviously a good chance for the St. Louis Blues, but physical play is something that has dictated this. Nash set that up, the physical play. He knew he was going to take a hit, set up Jamal Mayers. Little things like that paying the price and making the difference in this series. Guys, back to you.
Now only 7 seconds to go on the power play, and you're right. I mean, physical play is such a big story. Blues are stopped there.
What's interesting is we talked about it before the game, to be the initiators, Kenny, and the Blues have done that. That's why they have a 2-goal lead. I would have thought the Hawks were to come out and throw everything but the kitchen sink at the Blues, but they've not been able to because the Blues have done it to them before they've been able to counteract it all.
And you get a goal at a minute 48 here as a visiting team in this building. That gives you a big lift as the Hawks are offside. Of course, there was a big hit setting up the 2-on-1, but you don't score there, the crowd's still in it. The Hawks still have a chance to dominate the early minutes of the game. So an early goal in this building in a playoff game for the opposing team, really it's almost too valuable to be able to evaluate.
And what's interesting now, Kenny, is that the Blues are doing all the right things. The Hawks now are trying to do it individually now. Guys trying to carry the puck themselves. They're an offside for no reason. That was a good rush there. Nylander doesn't get the puck inside the line quick enough. Consequently an offside, so you're taking momentum away from yourselves by trying to do too much. And that's what happens when you have a big crowd. First playoff game in 5 years. They really want to impress the home crowd. They're not doing it.
Here's Al Macinnis. Both teams are at full strength now. He gets the puck in. Daws with it. Back to Karpatsev. And around the boards. Housley gets hit. Gets the puck up to Sullivan. Now Daws to the net. He takes the pass. Shoots high. Well, you know, on a play like that, they're going to go to Daws. He's their big goal guy. Nylander doesn't like to shoot. Drake takes a stick in the face. There'll be a penalty. Drake has his hand up there, but there'll be a penalty against Chicago. Here's Wade, a shot. Rebound knocked away, and play stopped, and we're going to get a high sticking penalty, and it could be for more than 2 minutes against the Blackhawks.
Yeah, he's cut. He's bleeding, so it's going to be 4 minutes. It's going to go against Housley. It's not intentional, so it's still going to be 4 minutes, but you'll see right there, there's Housley right in the face. Drake is bleeding. So now the Blues a chance to really take control of this game. But there it is, the slap to the side of the face. 2:12 remaining in the first period. The Blues with an opportunity to get 2 different power plays that they can here. His house is out for 4 minutes.
Great opportunity. Blues with a chance here to really put the Hawks on their heels in the first period. In Boston tonight in the first period, the Bruins lead the Montreal Canadiens 4-0. Of course, Montreal won game 1 of that best-of-7 Eastern Conference series. Here's Doug Weight to Al Macinnis. Along the boards to Stillman. In the corner to Ferraro. Young is the other player on the power play. Blues already up 2-0. This is Ray Ferraro. Picked up from Atlanta at the trading deadline. Amante all over Doug Weight. Zomnov gets the puck and clears it off Stillman and into the Chicago bench. We're down to 1:50 remaining in the first period of game 3.
There's a look at the cut on Dallas Drake's face. He's staying on the bench, though. If Dallas Drake does not have marks on his face, that means he's not playing well. When he has marks on his face, he's playing well, and for the most part, the whole season he's had marks on his face, Kenny. So, what a player he has been.
He looks like a hockey player.
No teeth and all.
Blues trying to get the puck. Can't. Pronger able to keep it in. The pass intercepted by Odeline, and he clears the puck away. 1:35 to go in the period. 3:23 to go in the man advantage. The Blues up 2-0. Over the line, Dimitra. Over here to Tkachuk. Now in the corner for Mellanby. Back for Macinnis. He got sort of caught in no man's land. The trailer is Fitzgerald, and the pass knocked away. Sullivan had the right idea, but Tkachuk could see it coming. Here's Al Macinnis. Both teams are changing. 1:10 left in the period. And the Blues get the puck in deep. Mellanby and Karpatsev. Now Dimitra in the corner. Far side for Mellanby with Stillman up front. Under a minute to go in the period. Pronger lets her rip. Just wide. Rebound. Pops clears it away. Big collision. Stillman and goaltender Jocelyn Thibault. No call. And at center ice, it's Korolev. His pass to Amante for the short-handed Hawks. And a bad angle shot knocked away. Looked like it would hit the side of the net. From the point, Odeline a shot. That's wide. 2-0 Blues. Half a minute to go in the first period. Amante getting in the way at center ice. And Pronger will take the puck. Young and the puck batted away. Here's Mike Van Rhine. 12 seconds to go. Too far for Young, and the puck cleared out. Now 7 seconds. Wade a long shot. The save by Thibault, and he leaves the rebound for Odeline, and that'll do it. That is the end of the first period. A very good period for the Blues. They outshoot the Hawks 11-7, and they get goals from Jamal Mayers and Scott Mellanby.
Seasons as head coach of the St. Louis Blues. He's in the top 5 of most of the offensive categories for the St. Louis Blues, and now he's done a remarkable turnaround here in Chicago. He was coach of the year, as a matter of fact, in Boston, but of course his number 11 is retired in St. Louis at the Sabbath Center. Fans remember him and they love him. Brian Sutter now is the head coach of the hated Hawks. Hard to believe it, guys. Back to you.
I would have thought, Dan, that would, I don't want to say never, but very close to thinking that would never happen.
It would have never happened unless they started paying coaches a lot more money than they used to pay them. So that's why it happened. And that's why he is now the coach of the Chicago Blackhawks. But things have changed, obviously, in the league. No question, there's a lot of these coaches now that move from team to team. Brian's been on 3 before coming to Chicago, Blues, then Boston, and Calgary. So a good opportunity. He likes coaching, and he's back.
A lot of other action, of course, in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Yesterday, Colorado went up 2-0 over Los Angeles. Phoenix got a big win to even their series with the Sharks. Ottawa tying the series with a win at Philadelphia, or tying the series with that lead. And the Islanders, Toronto, you see that series. And Detroit at Vancouver later tonight. Carolina at New Jersey today, and New Jersey won that game 4-0. Boston has a 4-2 lead in their game with Montreal tonight. Well, we're ready to go here in the Second period, and the Blues have a power play for 1:45. Here's Macinnis with Pronger, Dimitra, Tkachuk, and Mellanby up front. The Blues with 3 power play goals already in this series, 1 a game. Dimitra shoots high and wide. Here's Pronger over to Mcinnis, and the puck gets away. Somnoff and Amonte killing the penalty with Pops and Karpatsev. Pronger winds her up, blasts the puck in. And it's slapped around the boards by Mcinnis. Tkachuk to Dimitra in front, tipped away. Mcinnis will pinch in, pokes the puck ahead, and Steve Pops is there, run into by Mellanby. Then Tkachuk takes the puck from Mcinnis, cycles it back to Mellanby. He's bumped by Pops. He leaves the puck for Tkachuk. Less than a minute to go in the power play, a 4-minute affair. Here's Pavol Dimitra. The Blues already lead it 2-0. Around behind the net, Pops gets in the way. Mellanby makes a neat play to Tkachuk. Tkachuk in front. Dimitra shoots and scores! Oh, that makes it 3-0, and the second power play of the game for the Blues. This goal comes just 63 seconds into the second period. 3-0 Blues.
Great second ever by Tkachuk, and this is again what we talked about being a power forward. We talked about Tkachuk, Mellanby. Look at how strong they are. The ISO on Tkachuk going to the front of the net. Watch how he mishandles it, but he's able to still get it, throw it across. And Dimitra, the opportunist, going to the net, able to one-time it into the net past Thibault. And he had no chance there as the Blues are dominating this game. And all of a sudden, just a minute, 3 seconds of the second, the Blues with a 3-0 lead.
Pavol Dimitra has his second goal of the series. Remember, he got the very first goal of the series. That was also a power play goal. So both Dimitra and Mellanby now have 2 goals in this series. So this is the first game in which either team has gotten more than 2 goals. The first game was a 2-1 Hawk win and a 2-0 Blues win yesterday. But the Blues are up 3-0 in this one.
And it's funny, the Hawks were the 28th rated penalty killing at home this season, and you can see why. They've already given up 2 today in this game. So great work by the Blues power play.
Now the Hawks shoot it in, 1:03 the time. Dimitra gets the goal. Mellanby and Tkachuk get the assist. And here comes Eastwood. He's got Drake with him, gives Drake the puck. A backhander kicked out, and Daws grabs the rebound. At center ice total line. Into the middle. This is Housley. Puck gets away, and the Blues, Eastwood taps the puck ahead to Drake. Housley steals it over for Daws, and he's headed to the bench. Here's Van Rhine to Pronger. And he'll shoot the puck down the ice. And right to Thibault. He lets it go just wide of the net. And Pops touches the puck. That's an icing call against the Blues, who have a big 3-0 lead here in the second period.
You know, we talked about other guys scoring. We got that from Jamal Mayers. We talked about special teams. The Blues 2 goals on the special teams, but Mellanby just good hard work, and I love the way Tkachuk stayed with this. He lost it, and Dimitra didn't make any mistake. You see Zamnov coming back just a step late. Here'll be a better look. There's Zamnov going to pick up Dimitra, but he doesn't get there, and it's in the net quicker than you can shake a stick at, and the Blues have a 3-goal lead.
Now the Blues in their own zone. Macinnis plays the puck up the wing. Here's Massachusetts native Scott Young. Ooh, a blistering drive wide. And the puck kept in by Waite, flipping it to Young. Oh, out to Stillman. And the Hawks intercept. Here's Steve Thomas getting the puck ahead on the wing. Then at center ice, the Hawks cough it up. Bergevin just flips the puck into the Chicago end. And back to control, John Clem. Almost stealing is Stillman. Housley a pass by Fitzgerald. The puck will go the length of the ice. Bergevin to touch the puck, icing against Chicago. And this crowd is absolutely stunned. There is Steve Passmore, their other goaltender.
Well, it's like a Morgan here right now, and certainly it's not Thibault's fault. He had nothing there. There's no way he could get to that one. And again, I talk about the power forwards of the Blues. Both Keith Tkachuk and Mellanby are just so much physically stronger than all the Chicago defense, and I think that's where really they do miss Boris Mironov, who's not playing against today with the injury. So it's just his size and strength that helps him out on the, especially on the penalty kill.
Pronger's shot hits a Monte, and Johnson will control the puck. The shots are 13-7 Blues. Pronger flips the puck out. You have a 3-0 lead, and you can play the game much differently than you do when it's tight. Certainly a 1-goal game or a 2-goal game even. Now the Hawks up to Amante. Over to Calder with Zamnoff going to the net. And the pass broken up by Finley. Pronger gets the puck, chips it off the boards. Carpets have a shot, and that goes wide. Here's Mayers, who got the first goal, trying to clear. Pops keeps the puck in. Steve Pops into the corner. Nice defensive play by Jamal Mayers. Very nice play. Outlet pass to Nash, and he'll just shoot the puck in.
The Hawks have got a lot of gaps between forwards and defense. That's why they're not coming out as a unit. As soon as that happens, the Blues are really going to dominate, and that's what they're doing.
Here's a chance for Chicago. Arneson covered, springs loose, can't get a shot, but the Hawks maintain possession. Bell to Arneson. Downey's in front of the net. Tyler Arneson. He is playing in the playoffs for the first time. The shot. There's going to be a penalty. The puck hit Bell, and Johnson has it smothered, and we're going to get a penalty call here.
Yeah, there's a holding a stick call in the Blues. Has a pretty good job by Tyler Arneson. Very skilled young man. Spent most of his time in the minors this year with Chicago's farm club, but here Bergevin, definitely a holding call. You see, I believe it's Downey right there in front of the net. They're right along the corner there. That's where the hold was. No, it was Bell that he was holding on to. So Bergevin goes off for holding the stick, and the Hawks go on their second power play of the night. There's Kerry Fraser making another call. Mark Bergevin sporting that nice shiner that he got in practice the other day. Got hit by the errant puck on Friday in practice. He's kind of like a half raccoon right now.
So it happens when you have those practice games where you got a couple of pucks and funny things can happen. They did. So a power play for Chicago. They're desperate to get a goal. 0 for 6 in the series. The Blues have 2 of their 3 goals this evening on the power play. But you can't look ahead too far. Remember, Boston in their game, 4 early goals. They've now given up 2 to Montreal, so that game isn't over. Here it's 3-0 Blues. Nylander, the shot high and wide. Zamnoff can't get to the puck, tipped out by Podine. He tries to work in, has the puck knocked away. Podine is replaced. Blues killing the penalty. This is Nylander. He's from Sweden. Over to Zamnoff. He'll shoot the puck in. Johnson knocks it down. Tries to clear it up the middle. That's a nice play if it works. Otherwise, it's a very poor percentage play, and he got lucky there, Bernie.
Yes, he did. Daws tried to turn and shoot, but wasn't able to get a handle on it.
Here's Housley off Finley. Sullivan can't work in. Johnson this time hits Amante, and the puck almost goes in.
3 for a quarter.
I'm almost speechless, and that never happens. Here's Housley. He'll fire the puck in. 52 seconds to go in the power play for Chicago. Amante crashes behind the net. Thomas to the point to Zamnoff to Housley. Pronger knocks the shot down. He and Amante battle. The puck comes up to Young, and he'll clear it away. Don't get too cocky with a 3-0 lead, please. Game is still hard, and it's not over yet. Bell stopped. Bergevin in the box for another 25 seconds. Here's Eastwood, a shot, and he takes a shot. Boy, he gets drilled by Bell. Now the Hawks on the attack, coming up to the 6-minute mark of the 3rd period. Poke check by Pronger, bad angle shot. Johnson gets a piece of it. John Clem. A pass ahead for Daws. 8 seconds to go on the power play. Eastwood steals and clears the puck away. Boy, has Eastwood been valuable in the first 3 games of this series.
Outstanding. Right from the All-Star break, the Olympic break, he's been absolutely outstanding.
Bergevin is back. He's gone to the bench. Chicago again comes up empty. Salvador Gets the puck, shoots it into the Chicago zone. Clem back to touch it, and an icing call against the Blues, who in Game 3 in Chicago lead 3-0. To see you smile, and oh, do the Blues have a lot to smile about so far here tonight in Chicago.
Yes, they do. The power play has been on fire. 2 goals. Jamal started off only 1 odd man rush getting the entire game so far, and it was a 2-on-1 that Jamal Mayers scored on. So you get breaks, you got to capitalize on them. That's what the Blues have done. Game 4 will be back here at United Center on Tuesday night. That'll be a 7 o'clock game. We'll be on WB11 KPLR TV. Pop shot, the stick save, and Johnson able to deaden the puck, and he smothers it to stop play. Coming up after the game, the Midwest Sports Report. 30 minutes of nightly sports news completely dedicated to the home teams throughout the Midwest. We'll have a complete Blues post-game report. Wrap up on the Cards series up in Milwaukee. Rams NFL draft recap. It's all after the game. Extended regional highlights and in-depth interviews. The Midwest Sports Report. Here the Blues with a puck. Pavol Dimitra has had a brilliant season. Played in every game. And it's offside. Tkachuk offside on the near wing. Lyle O-line with a little extra shot after Dimitra took the shot after the whistle went, but as soon as he turned and saw Keith Tkachuk coming one way, you back off a little bit. Nothing's going to happen there. So Mellanby out there too. Pavol Dimitra in a pretty good position between a couple of big guys. Game 6 of this series, or I should say game 5 of this series, will be a 6 o'clock start. Thursday night back at Sabbath Center, and there are tickets available. Game 5 Thursday at Sabbath, 6 p.m. Our telecast will begin at 5:30 with the Auto Tire pregame show on Fox Sports Net. It's funny, with a crowd this big, the Blues really have taken the entire crowd out. The Hawks don't seem to have any zip at all. The energy that they found yesterday must have been totally taken out of everything that they had. Nothing left for today, Kenny. It's really surprising. I thought the Hawks would come out a lot harder. Yeah, that early goal really changed the direction of this game. A collision. Fitzgerald runs into the net more than he runs into Johnson. Johnson looks stunned. I don't think he got hit very hard. I really thought Fitzgerald hit more of the net. Let's look. Yeah, he got spun around here, and he just got a piece of Johnson's left leg there. You can see his pad. Well, he got hit a little harder than I thought. Yeah, you see the skate goes into that left pad there and kind of turns his groin open, so he appears to be all right. He's asking the referee, you can allow that guy to come skating in that hard and that fast and run into me? And I agree with him. You can't have that. Even though he was turned and spun a little bit by Mcinnis, he's still going hard to the net. And when they don't even have the puck. So we get a neutral face-off. Second period of action. The Blues up 3-0. They have goals from Mayers, Mellanby, and Dimitra. Here's Prader with a puck on with Van Rhine. Bodine, Eastwood, and Drake up front. Durkin leaves the puck, hitting the linesman. And it springs into the Blues bench. Hey, do you cook blue? That's the name of the new 35th anniversary commemorative Blues cookbook. The book includes childhood and family photos, cooking tips, and more of your favorite Blues players. The book goes on sale this week, and all proceeds benefit the 14 Fund. Go to stlouisblues.com for more information. 35th anniversary Blues cookbook. I think I have a couple recipes in there. Do you? Yeah, I think so. That's good. Well, they're good ones too. Well, which one would you rate highest? I don't know. You don't know? I don't know what they are. My wife put them in there. We don't cook at our house, so we have no recipes. So I figure there's no use putting my special recipe for soft-boiled eggs in, because I think most people know how to make soft-boiled eggs. But don't you have a couple of favorite restaurants that you could put in there? Yeah. Now we're going to get a penalty here against the Blues. An elbowing call, and Chicago has a chance to regain life here in this game. Dallas Drake will go off. Dallas does not like the call. We'll have to look at it again. He thinks it's not right. There's Nylander, and I agree with Dallas Drake. There was no elbow there at all. Nylander was hit with the shoulder. Let's look at it from this angle again. Now, where do you see an elbow there, folks? I certainly don't see one.
That's because there was not one. There is no elbow there. That's a clean check.
That's a 3-0 lead call. That's exactly what that is, and that's not a good call at all. You can't have that. That's a perfect shoulder-to-shoulder hit, knocking down your man.
Chicago 0 for 2 tonight. 3 shots on the power play. From the faceoff, Hawks get the puck back to Housley. Back for Calder. With Somnoff and Daws. Puck goes high in the air and flip-flops into the United Center crowd.
Zero patience right now on the Hawks team. They're really struggling to make things happening. Right now you got Daws out there, so the lines are changing a little bit. Samnov, Daws, and Amante. So Nylander on the point with Housley, so the Blues will have some opportunities to get some shorthanded situations here, maybe a shorthanded goal, but the Hawks trying to do too much by themselves. They're a shot that should never be taken from out that far.
7.5 minutes have been played here in the second. The Blues got a power play goal at 1:03. Now Prader clears the puck down the ice. He's out there with Finley, Podine, and Eastwood go off. They're replaced by Mayers and Young. Housley gets the puck ahead. Kyle Calder shoots it in, his first real big season in the league. He knocks the puck down. Daws is the big man to watch here, and the puck comes to center ice. Now here's Phil Housley. Daws in the middle to Calder. The shot off Finley. He and Prader on defense. This is Eric Daws. Back to the point to Housley. Wrist shot deflects off Prader. Daws again. He's big. 6'6", 235. Zomnoff to Nylander. Daws in front of the net. This is Calder. Power play Chicago for another 52 seconds. Calder to Nylander. He falls down. It's been that kind of night for the Hawks. Here's Scott Young. He'll just shoot the puck in deep, and both teams are changing.
How do you fall down there and not even get the puck? There's no one within 15 or 20 feet of him.
That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing in the Sunday Beer League, let alone the National Hockey League. 3-0 Blues. 9 minutes into the second period. Clem for Chicago. A pass behind Amante. He gets the puck in offside. Cleared away by Bergevin. He takes a very late hit from Steve Thomas. And the Bluebirds are out here at United Center. Their first playoff game since 1997. And they're offside. And they are getting very, very frustrated. 1 second to go in the Drake penalty.
A perfect example of a team that's not working together as a team right now. It's all individual. Guys are trying to do too much. You have set plays on the power play. You throw it around the boards. You do certain things that everybody knows what you can do. That's why you're a good unit. Well, the Hawks' 6th best power play during the season. And you got to throw that around the boards. But Thomas is going hard to where he's supposed to go, and Odeline tries to carry it in. And all the time, you got 4 guys standing up on the blue line. You're going to get an offside every time. There's nowhere to go.
We get a close look at that crowd. I thought for a minute there we were in Los Angeles looking at that crowd.
Now they would be dressed that warm.
That's right. And look, let's put it this way. It looked like Midwesterners in Los Angeles. How's that? Very quiet and passive. Didn't look much like a Chicago crowd. Hawks get the puck in. Blues go back.
Did you see the crowd Detroit the other night?
Yeah. Hawks trying to do some hitting. Odeline gets the puck ahead. Tkachuk defending on Arneson. Tyler Arneson. And the puck comes to the Blues. It's Dimitra with Wade and Tkachuk. Dimitra taken down. Odeline a pass. Tkachuk intercepts. Here's Doug Waite, grabbed a bit by Odeline. Then Tkachuk taken down by Arneson. Odeline takes down Waite. The Blues have a 3-0 lead, remember, and here's Pops. Arneson working over Tkachuk. The pass comes to Odeline and gets away. Quickly, Salvador up to Wade. He gets hit by Pops, and the play is whistled down. That is an offside call. 9:48 to go, second period. Brian Sutter's team down 3-0.
Still got the shutout going, so the Blues pretty well in command here, a 3-0 lead. And they've done a great job, 2 power play goals, and then a first goal of the game by Jamal Mayers on a 2-on-1 break.
Chicago has their big line out there now, the Zomnoff line. And Joel Quenneville has Ferraro, Mayers, and Nash against them. Nash, a nifty little move to steal the puck. And he'll shoot it in as he's hit by Carpet Seb. Zomnoff whips the puck around to Calder on the far side. He'll just clear it out. And here is Chris Pronger just dumping the puck back in. Carpet Seb ahead for Zomnoff and on to Amante. And the pass tipped away by Chevaturkin. Calder gets the puck in, but it hits the linesman. And the battle ensues on the boards, and they're going to rule it offside. And a little bit of a late bump on Nash. 3-0 Blues lead. Let's go to Dan McLaughlin.
9:11 to go here in the second period. This crowd has been stunned from the get-go. Let's recap the scoring. It started with Jamal Mayers, a 2-on-1 with Chris Pronger. Takes it himself, and the Blues all of a sudden were up 1-0 after winning yesterday 2-0. Then the power play would come through for St. Louis. That's Scott Mellanby, his second in as many nights. Then the Blues this period add one right off the bat. Pavol Dimitra on the power play as well. Dimitra's second of the postseason, and the Blues all of a sudden have stunned this crowd with 9:11 to play here in the second period. No life out of Chicago on the ice, and certainly not in the stands either. It is quiet so far.
So here we are in game 3 of the best-of-7 series. The Blues came into the series playing well and healthy. Rather unique compared to recent seasons for this hockey team. Mcinnis' drive right on. Thibault the save. Hawks with a rebound. Housley ducks out of the way, takes a stick in the face, is not happy. And here's Steve Thomas. Back for Housley, who's up and fine. Housley's, one of his expertise is in not taking a hit, if you know what I mean. Spends a lot of time dashing out of the way. Here's Waite with a pass, knocked down. Now Mcinnis shoots, and they save by Thibault. Now the puck taken by the Hawks to center ice. Thomas into the middle. He gets the puck right back from Fitzgerald. Pulls up. Well covered by Bergevin. Now in the corner, here's Al Mcinnis. He's hit from behind. Thomas steals. So does Stillman. And Bergevin will clear the puck out. Steve Sullivan leaves it for Vladimir Chevaturkin, who spent most of the year in the American Hockey League. And the puck shot in by Sullivan. On with Nylander and Daws. Mcinnis under pressure. Daws has the puck. To Sullivan. Back to Eric Daws in front. Tipped away by Johnson. Out of the way of Nylander. Here's Scott Mellanby blasting the puck in. And the Blues are changing. They lead 3-0. 7:45 left in the second period. Trying to take a 2-1 lead in this best-of-7 Western Conference quarterfinal series. Karpatsev up for Daws off the heel of his stick. And this is Blues captain Chris Pronger. Onto the right wing. And the puck shot in. Then fired wide, and the Hawks get the puck. To center ice, Amante. Shot in by Nylander. And the Hawks are changing. Odeline rushing in. Blues get the puck, clear it out. Pops has to hurry back. Tkachuk chases after him. Both teams changing. Tkachuk runs into Pops. Loose puck for Odeline. He's hit by Podine up to Amante. Tony Amante over the line with Zomnoff. The shot by Zomnoff off a stick and into the crowd, and 6:59 left here in the second period. Tonight on Beyond the Glory, Dale Jarrett traded loyalty for opportunity by leaving Joe Gibbs. But his life was nearly cut short by a devastating accident, and his success didn't come without sacrifices. It's the Dale Jarrett you didn't know on the Emmy-nominated Beyond the Glory tonight at 11 p.m. only on Fox Sports Net.
It's a lonely job back there in goal when your team is not scoring any goals for you. Thibault has not been bad at all by any means. He's given up 3 goals, but he really has had no chance on them. Other than the first one, I felt that maybe you get beaten the short side. Not good, but it was a 2-on-1, so it was a scoring chance, and Jamal Mayers made it pay.
Chicago only 2 goals in the series, and that covers almost 8 periods. The game winner in game 1, Karpatsev, their last goal. It came with 3:10 to go in the opening game. Eastwood wins the draw. Mcinnis with a puck. to Finley. He'll flip it out and into the crowd behind the penalty bench. 6:53 on the clock here in the second period.
Sean Podine has done a great job all season long since coming over the trade from Colorado, and he's fit into that line so well, playing with both Drake and Eastwood. But he's not going to back down from Bell. You see the two of them trying to line up on the faceoff. I never ever get this. Usually wingers will fight over position and they don't get to the puck anyway. Extra energy's expounded.
Eastwood on the draw again, and he wins the draw. Here's Macinnis over to Podine, slapping the puck ahead. It'll drift into the Chicago zone. Bell slides it to Housley, and up there and Downey, a 27-year-old. He's shy of the red line as he shoots it in. So Mcinnis touches the puck, gets out of Bell's way, and it is icing against Chicago. Boy, they really do look lost. The Blues are not giving the Hawks any room. Folks, be part of the second annual Blues Cool Bars Playoff Tour. On Tuesday, the tour will be at the Rec Room in South County for game number 4. The game starts at 7 p.m., but you'll want to get there early for a great seat. You'll be treated to an arena atmosphere, raffles, intermission contests, table games, great prizes, and of course a bubble hockey tournament. For information, call 314-984-0026.
And I suggest that if you have the day off, go at noon. What else you got to do?
Not a bad idea. There's no use waiting to start having fun. You might as well get to it as quickly as possible. Finley is shot wide. We get a whistle, and there's a hand pass on the play.
The people here in the stands very frustrated right now. The Blues doing just a great job checking. You can clearly see the Blues working as a 5-man unit. I think more people concerned about their hot dogs and what they're going to do in the intermission than watching the game right now.
Well, you can understand, you're a Hawks fan, you're down 3-0. You certainly don't think you're going to win this game.
No, you shouldn't think that way.
No.
You're a heck of a fan if you do, especially the way the Blues are playing right now.
It just doesn't look good for the Hawks. But there's still over 26 minutes to play in this game.
And the thing that Brian Sutter is going to say between periods is, let's not forget the last time the Blues were in this building was 3-1 with 5 minutes left, and the Hawks scored 2 late goals and won in overtime on a shot by Eric Daws.
Now the Blues, Nash tips the puck wide. There's Nash and Ferraro, and they'll begin a change, and back for the puck goes Chris Pronger as Chicago is changing also. Pronger just flips the puck in. They're going to say that Karpatsev could not play it, and an icing call against the Blackhawks. 5:42 to go in the second. Joel Quenneville on top, and Brian Sutter under stress.
In the game right now, but again, we keep saying it's 4 of 7. You can lose the first 3 as long as you win the first 4. If you split them, you got to just keep splitting them until you get one more than they do before it's all over, Kenny. It's simple as that. Easy math.
Pretty simple. It's up and down all the time. Lots of pressure in the playoffs. Pronger flips the puck off the glass. Hawks knock it down. Blues control again. Pronger tries to get it in, and it's tipped in by Drake. I asked Mike Smith the other day, and he is a man of few words, if he agreed with Brian Sutter that the Blues were a much more talented team. He hesitated as the Hawks are offside, and Mike Smith said, I don't think I'll go there. Didn't want to touch that one, but Brian Sutter, and I think he made an honest, straightforward statement that on paper, the Blues are a better team. Of course, the game isn't played on paper, but that's true on paper.
On paper, and I think you look at experience, playoff experience, there's only 3 Hawks that played in the playoffs last year. This whole team of the Blues was in the playoffs last year. So you look down that lineup, Pavol line right there, he was in Columbus last year. So there's been a lot of guys that are getting their first playoff experience, the youngsters, Arneson, Bell. So no question that the Blues have the advantage on that, and there's no question they are a better team as long as they play to their potential. And that's something that they're doing right now. Game 1 was one of those funny games where, even though I thought they outplayed the Hawks, Thibault was great. They weren't able to score. They were real good yesterday, able to get a power play goal. which really started things off. Doug Waite scoring that goal early, and again, Kenny, tonight, the early goal, the Blues in the first couple of minutes scored tonight, put the Hawks back on the heels. It was the only mistake, really, the Hawks made at even strength, and really the Blues have only scored 2 even strength goals now in the 3 games. So it's the power play that's been winning the games for the Blues.
Of course, the Hawks had 96 points. They're offside again. The Blues had 98 in the regular season, and certainly the Hawks overachieved in the regular campaign. Tuesday, the St. Louis Cardinals will return to the field to take on Mike Piazza and the New York Mets. Coverage begins at 5:30. That's Tuesday, right here on Fox Sports Net.
But here's the situation too, Kenny, where you don't want to give up a chance here. You got 5 minutes left in the period. You don't want to give a mistake or give up a soft goal to get any life going into the 3rd period.
Here's Macinnis up to Stillman. He'll just shovel it in, and you see the Blues not really trying to make a lot of plays, get the puck in deep, get it out of their zone quickly. And the puck goes out of play. As I was saying earlier, when it gets to 3-0, it's a totally different attitude. You really can play a conservative game.
Yeah, 3 goals is really important in playoff hockey, especially because you know that if you have to pull someone down, a good scoring chance, you can take that penalty and you're still got a 3-goal lead. When it gets to a 2-goal lead, then you're really afraid to be that aggressive, because if you take that penalty and all of a sudden they're right back in the game. So,
you know, all you're saying now is don't let the Hawks do anything. From the Blues point of view, they don't have to do much other than that. You take a lot of the game that you usually have to play away. It becomes pretty simple.
Yeah. The only thing I was concerned here, Kenny, is that you don't ever want to get in a situation where you're back on your heels, where they let you forecheck. Yeah, I'll pick up my man, but I'm not skating. I'm on the defense. If you throw the puck in the offensive zone, if you have a turnover, they've got to go 200 feet to score on you. If you don't want to make those mistakes in your own zone, because they're forechecking you too heavily. And I'm sure they've talked about that many times. Hey, we've controlled the puck because we forechecked. So continue the puck, play it in the offensive zone, and you're not going to run into that many trouble as long as you've got 1 guy high, you've got 2 defense back.
Yep. You're right. If you can do the work in the opponent's end, here's a shot by Van Rhine wide. That's the place to not give them much. Here's Kachuk. Blues up 3-0. Pops a little holding in back of the net on Mellanby. Hawks clear the zone. Pronger feeds the puck in offside, and the whistle blows, and the offside is called. 4:17 to go in the 2nd period. We turn now to our Dobbs collisions of the game.
There's been plenty. That's Dallas Drake on Nylander. I don't know why he got a penalty. That's Aaron Downey. There's, you see Phil Housley getting run over. He wasn't happy about it. Keith Kachuk, now the big hit on Pop. And you'll notice it's mostly the Blues as the aggressor, so the Dobbs collision of the game, all of them go to the Blues players, and they're really dominating this game.
Van Rhine over the net with a shot. Alexander Karpovtsev's pass off the skate of Arneson. Blues shoot the puck back in. Hawks hit Nash. Nash has the puck with Ferraro and Mayers. Here's Ray Ferraro wrapped up by Karpovtsev. Chebaturkin fans. Mayers gets the puck from Ferraro. He gives it right back to him. The shot, and at the post, the save by Jocelyn Thibault, and folks in white not very happy with number 9 there.
What's funny about this is usually in this rivalry, when I go back to the years that I played, if you got ahead by 3 goals in the other building, you started paying the price for being up by 3 goals. But right now, that's not happening. The Hawks are not trying to set a precedent for what's going to happen in game 4, 5, 6, 7 if they go that far. They're still playing very disciplined. They're not even trying to take that extra play to try to get that extra shot in at all. So the Blues are cruising along quite comfortably, I would say, Kenny.
Very comfortably. Too comfortably for me. I'd like to see a little more pressure. Good kick save by Thibault. And here is Daws up to Amante. On the left wing for Zomnoff. He'll circle back and send the puck over to Odeline ahead to Daws. He and Prader bump in the corner. Van Rhine and Amante. Amante putting a headlock on Van Rhine, taking his helmet off. And here are the Blues. Here's Scott Mellanby. He has another goal tonight. Centering, and Dimitra can't get a shot. Odeline for Chicago. Just clears the puck out, and Mcinnis takes over. The Blues all-star defenseman to another all-star, Chris Pronger. The teams are changing. He'll just flip the puck in. The Blues are up 3-0. Calder at center ice. 3 minutes to go in the second to Sullivan. Then Nylander too well covered, and here's Bergevin. He tries to clear the puck out. Can't. What a play there. A recovered play by Bergevin with a poke check. Back for the puck, Phil Housley. Up for Michael Nylander, who started his career with the old Hartford Whalers. He's slowed up by Drake. So it's Kyle Calder. Back to Clem. Over to Housley. Back for Clem and out to center ice. His pass to Steve Sullivan, who's blossomed here. Over to Calder. And a brilliant sliding save by Johnson. Housley has shot blocked. And Macinnis clears the puck down the ice. There have been in the first 3 games 6 or 7 big saves by Brent Johnson, maybe 8, and that was one of them.
That was huge. It was a great play. That was the first time that the Blues were caught on a 3-on-2, and a great shot, a great save by Brent Johnson. Really anticipated well coming across.
Downey, Bell, and Arneson. Now we're going to get a penalty. It'll be against the Blues. To the bench goes Thibault. Back for the puck goes Pops. 1:45 to go in the second period. A delayed penalty coming up against the Blues. The pass working in a Monte, and the whistle stops play. And it'll be Jeff Finley, I believe, who will be taking the penalty.
The first time in the entire game where the Hawks actually really had some momentum, as Finley's going to take a penalty, but a good play, a good save by Johnson that gave the Hawks the crowd came alive really for just a couple of moments, and then Finley took the call on Downey, I believe, behind the net. But here it is. You'll see Finley. There he is, going in, his stick up into the face there of Downey. So there's the penalty call, but here's the save that Brent Johnson. A nice play, Sullivan all the way across, and here's the shot right by Calder. He was trying to go just inside the post. Those are the ones you got to get up. You're not going to score even unless you throw those up. You know that the goalie's coming across with stacked pads, but he just tried to shoot or get good wood on it. So a huge save there by Brent Johnson to keep this game with the Blues a 3-goal lead.
So a holding, actually I'd say roughing penalty, kind of a high sticking, roughing, whatever it was. Wasn't much of a penalty, but it's a penalty. So we're down to 1.5 minutes to go in the second. Zomnov with a puck to Thomas. Lamonte also up front. Sullivan at the left point. Housley at the near right point. Hawks desperate to get a goal. Down 3-0. Sullivan to Housley. And the shot blocked by Eastwood. And he'll slam the puck the length of the ice. Now Boston at one time with a 4-0 lead at home. In the second, leading Montreal 4-3. That's why a 3-0 lead is not everything. It's nice to have. But Boston about to see a 4-0 lead evaporate after losing game 1 to Montreal. And Young scores. Scott Young adds insult to injury with a short-handed goal here at 19:10 of the second period, and the Blues have a 4-0 lead.
Thibault does not handle the puck very well at all, and Brent Johnson has been firing the puck down. A lot of times the goaltender sees the other goalie playing the puck a lot, so he tries to do it himself. And Thibault, a huge mistake here, as Scott Young was able to strip it, come in front, and then just throw this short-handed one in. So the Blues now with 2 power play goals. Now they get a short-handed goal, and I'm surprised that Thibault has not been yanked here. I wouldn't be surprised to see Passmore come in, Kennedy, to start the third period.
I would say that would be likely also. So Thibault makes a very bad play as he makes a save and a long shot here. And I'm sure the Hawks fans are going, goaltending is killing us tonight. Of course, that's not the entire story. The Blues have been very good getting the early goal that really set the tone, if you will.
Well, here's a perfect example. This is dumping now. The Blues are beating the Hawks to every loose puck. The Blues only have 4 players on the ice right now. They're killing a penalty, yet they're getting to the puck every time first before the Hawks do. Young
scores unassisted his first goal of the playoffs at 19:10. 2 goals in each period for the Blues. 12 seconds to go in the second. Here's John Clem. He passes the puck to the side of the net. Calder to Nylander to Calder and back to Michael Nylander. 2 seconds. Calder tight. right through the crease, and the period comes to an end. The Blues get goals in the second from Dimitra on a power play, and Young with 50 seconds to go. Hey,
here we are at the United Center in Chicago for Game 3 of the playoffs. First time, as you mentioned, Ken, for Chicago to have a home game in postseason play since 1997. Well, there's lots of other games around the National Hockey League, and let's take you around what the NHL has been doing. We'll start in the West. Colorado is now up 2-0 after a 5-3 win last night. Phoenix goes to San Jose. They win that game. That series is tied 1-1 after a 3-1 win. Yesterday as well in the Eastern Conference, Ottawa goes into Philly. Shut them out 3-0. Czechmanek was pulled in that game. The series is tied at a game apiece. Toronto is up 2-0 after beating the Islanders, the number 4 seed, 2-0. A big game tonight, and certainly the biggest surprise thus far in the playoffs in the National Hockey League. Detroit and Vancouver. And Vancouver goes into Detroit, and they take 2 games. They'll try to make it 3-0 tonight. Also tonight, New Jersey beat Carolina at home. That series now at 2-1. New Jersey a 4-0 winner. Second intermission, Boston you saw with Montreal in a very tight game as well. Steve Passmore now, his first career playoff appearance. Theodore pulled Passmore in for the third period in the final 20 minutes. Guys, back to you.
All right, Dan, we are underway. Housley with a puck. A power play for Chicago for another 12 seconds. They get the puck in. Arneson there with Mcinnis. Now Bell gets Arneson the puck, trying to come out of the corner. Harassed by the stick of Mcinnis. This is Housley back for Arneson. The penalty is over. Finley is back on. And the puck sent in front of the net and all the way down the ice. The Blues quickly change. They have a 4-0 lead here in the third period. Arneson's pass is Mellanby. Now he gets the puck ahead, and Downey shoots it in. Bell after it. Salvador gets there first. Bell runs into him, and here is Scott Mellanby. The Hawks come out hitting to send on that action line of Arneson, Bell, and Downey. Here's Keith Tkachuk to Mellanby. Back for Tkachuk. Passmore has to kick the deflected pass away. Mellanby goes down. Amante comes to center ice. Tony Amante trying to move in. Can't get around Van Rhine. Van Rhine and Pronger. Young, Mellanby, and Tkachuk at the moment. Zamnov. The pass comes in front, and the shot by Daws is blocked. Here's Tkachuk winding up, and the rising drive stopped by Passmore. A minute and a half gone in the third. Eric Daws, the 26-year-old, over here to Amante. His pass tipped away, and Daws deflects the puck in as the Hawks complete a change. Blues just trying to get the puck here in their own end. Keep the Hawks away from the goal. Calder and Macinnis. Here's Eastwood. He loses the puck. The Hawks don't have anyone in front, and Bergevin intercepts. He loses the puck. Now Nylander to Calder. Back for Sullivan, who chops the puck around the boards. Vladimir Sheveturkin moves in to Calder, and Eastwood steals the puck and heads up the ice, and we're going to get a penalty. Al Macinnis will go off.
The Blues have to be careful that they don't want to have the entire third period spent in their own zone. So right now the Hawks are going to send 3 forwards in. The defense are going to pinch, so you're going to get a lot of opportunities on odd man rushes if you just play it solid. But McKenna's just caught here. They're going to call a slashing right there as he pulled back Sullivan. Now that could have been a dive in my opinion, or else call them both. There was definitely a hook there. There's no slash, and Al doesn't like the call, and that's clearly a time where that was embellished. So I don't know why you're not going to get double calls. We saw it all season long. Now we're not seeing it. So Tony Amante, 2 shots in 3 games. That does not bode well for one of your top players when you're only getting 2 shots in 3 games. And he has not had a good series thus far at all.
He, of course, becomes a free agent after the season. 0 for 4 tonight, 0 for 9 in the series are the Blackhawks on the power play. The Blues have a 4-0 lead. This is game 3, looking to go up 2-1 in the series, heading into Tuesday night's game 4 here, which will be at 7 o'clock. We'll have the telecast on KPLR TV WB11 on Tuesday night. This is Phil Housley. Thomas shoots the puck in. Out with Sullivan and Amonte, who's got the puck in the corner. Now beyond Sullivan, so Housley moves in. Podine gets the puck, fires it to the far side. Amonte out to Zomnov. Back behind the net to Steve Thomas, to Sullivan in the corner. Hawks set it up with a man advantage. Housley a shot, hits Amonte, and the Blues able to clear the puck away. That pass goes the length of the ice. Prader back to touch it. Icing is the call against the Blackhawks.
Now there's about 5,000 tickets remaining, I believe, for Tuesday night's game. At this point in time, Kenny, I don't know if anybody's going to be going back with the Blues dominating this game. You can see the frustration on Brian Sutter's face. There's Thibault. As you can believe, he's not very happy right now. He looks like he's about 15 years old, though, doesn't he?
Boy, he does, doesn't he?
Really a young-looking guy. Really got tired down the stretch, didn't play much, and that's when Passmore got his chance to play and played very well down the stretch for the Hawks.
Thibault is 27 years of age. Passmore 2 years older. Thibault's not a big goaltender. Passmore is even smaller. 5 pounds lighter, 2 inches shorter than Thibault. Zomnov whipping the puck in. Johnson can't stop it. Calder knocks it down with his skate. Nylander there. Daws the other forward. And a minute to go in this Blackhawks power play. Young gets the puck and shoots it the length of the ice right to Steve Passmore. Drake and Young are replaced. Eastwood up front with Podine. Pronger on defense with Bergevin. Mcinnis is in the penalty box. Calder kicks the puck. He gets hit by Bergevin. Podine gets the puck. He'll flip it out. Zomnov back, chased by Eastwood. They've spent a lot of time together in this series. Joel Quenneville likes to have the Eastwood line on against Zomnov. And of course, you'll see Eastwood frequently on the penalty kill, as he was just a moment ago against Zomnov. We're coming up to the 4-minute mark here in the third period. This is Tyler Arneson with Mark Bell. Zomnov, Arneson, oh, the line. Back for Zomnov to Arneson. Bell in front of the net with Fitzgerald. Zomnov to Odeline. Here's a shot, and it hits Fitzgerald. Macinnis comes on. Zomnov with a puck, and the Blues are changing. So Chicago still without a power play goal in the first 3 games of this playoff series. The Blues hand the puck to Finley. He's got Dimitra in front of him. Drops it off to Pronger. Up the right wing. It's Doug Weight over the line. Weight shoots the puck into the corner. He's on a line with Tkachuk and Demitra. The puck shot by Clem, and it goes over the glass and into the crowd. 15-18 to go in the third period.
Well, the Blues really did a great job. Another penalty kill, and they're very aggressive on the play. You see the puck going around the boards. There's really no position here. You're going to have one guy on the pursuit of the play all the time. You see how the movement there, and then, of course, you go back into the box, and when you get a chance to see where the guy mishandling it, you go to it to see how clearly and quickly the Blues get to it, and they're able to clear it. So, real good job. The box is still there, but if you see someone mishandle the puck, you just go and get right on it, put some pressure on them. They usually throw it away, and that's exactly what happened there a couple of times in that kill.
Salvador's on defense here with Mcinnis. At center ice, Pops knocks the puck down. Dimitra, Wade, and Tkachuk remain on the ice. Dimitra gives the puck to Mcinnis. He can just flip it out with a 4-0 lead. And 14:50 to go here in game 3. Michael Nylander will circle back. The 29-year-old over along the boards for Calder, and Nylander again. Not too far for Downey. Brian Sutter shaking things up, makes a change, and the puck goes out of play. The best damn sports show, period. Emmy nominated. Great show. Chris Rose hosts. And of course, Tom Arnold and a bunch of ex-jocks. It's the only show that gives you sports comedy, commentary, scores, and highlights. 8 and 11 Weeknights only on Fox Sports Net. The best damn sports show, period. Blues up 4-0. Here's Ferraro. Now the Hawks intercept. It's Arneson getting the puck to Bell. They're getting a lot of ice time now from Brian Sutter. Maybe making a statement as much as anything, and maybe saying, hey, these young guys are my best men right now. All three of them playing in the playoffs in the NHL for the first time. Mayers hit by Chebaturkin. Meanwhile, Nash slow in getting up. The Blues are changing. 14 minutes to go. Bell shoots the puck in from his side of center. The Blues back to touch it, and that is an icing call against Chicago. Third period of play, game 3, United Center, 4-0 Blues. Here we go with a face-off, and the puck controlled by the Hawks. Clem's pass tipped out, batted down by Stillman, and here's Phil Housley shooting the puck in. Now Monte ahead of the puck throws a check. Here's Zomnoff between the legs to Housley. The deflection by Amante, and the puck goes into this crowd, and quite a few of this gathering have already departed. 20,532.
And you saw the great numbers of Brent Johnson, over 109 minutes of shutout hockey since Alexander Karpintsev scored in game 1. So Brent has been sharp, but you look at the shots on goal right now, Kenny. The Hawks have had 11 shots at home in maybe the biggest game, the first playoff game that they played in the last 5 years, and they have 11 shots to show for it. So you have to give the Blues a great deal of credit the way they've come out and played inspired hockey. They took the momentum from yesterday, but I can't believe how little the Hawks have shown up tonight.
The Brian Sutter quote, if it ends this way, will be something like, "You're darn right, it was a stinker. I'm disappointed, but my guys aren't done yet. We'll be back Tuesday night." But of course, this one isn't over yet.
No, but I think it is. In fact, I'm willing to take some large wagers right now, Kenny.
13:22 to go. Back to the puck is Pronger, icing against Chicago. Fans, summer school was never so cool. It's the St. Louis Blues Summer Hockey School. USI Sports Complex in Chesterfield is the site. The school runs August 5th through the 10th, and youth hockey players from mites to bantams will hit the ice for a week-long instructional school headed by St. Louis Blues alumni. For more information, call the Blues Summer School hotline at 314-622-2515. Here's Housley. 4-0 Blues. Fitzgerald over to Clem, stopped by Bergevin. Now Fitzgerald works in, and a wait will clear the puck out. Ever since the Blues got a 3-0 lead, they have just played an extremely simple game, and they've been very good at it. They proved during the regular season that playing that simple game is not always that easy.
True.
Now Fitzgerald loses the puck, and he'll recover out at center ice. Thomas knocks the puck down. Bergevin tries to get it ahead, and it goes in to the Blues players bench. And I'm surprised now that Chicago hasn't come out a little bit better than they have in the third period, because their only hope is, I think, to try to establish something yet tonight to gain some hope and momentum for Tuesday night game 4.
That's what you would certainly think, but a lot of times guys are maybe just too tired. They might be spent right now, so they're trying to conserve their energy for the next night, Kenny, but they're not showing anything at all. I mean, that was a perfect example there. You've got a 3-on-2, and Fitzgerald loses the puck and goes outside the zone. He carries it back outside the blue line. You may as well just throw it towards the net because nothing else is happening, and that's the whole deal. Is I thought that they'd at least try to come out and be a little inspired and give this crowd at least something to cheer about, Kenny, but it's been nothing.
Yeah, they leave you with the thought that they just don't have anything left and might not Tuesday. You wouldn't think so, but they certainly don't give you any other idea, as another icing is called against Chicago, and the Boo Birds are out as we go to Dan McLaughlin.
You mentioned only 11 shots on goal for Brent Johnson, and sometimes you think back to this regular season when he struggled. Number one, it takes a little bit to get adjusted to not seeing many shots. Now he's starting to make that adjustment. The other one being he's finally getting into the groove of being the #1 goaltender. That decision really wasn't made till after the All-Star break and really the Olympic break. So now Brent Johnson's finding himself as the #1, getting into that groove, and maybe that's what it took all season long to get him going. You see Brent Brathwaite there as the backup now at the Blues, but still you go back to Brent Johnson, 34 wins during the regular season, 5th in the National Hockey League. Not too shabby for a guy that took a lot of heat this season. Back to you.
Here are the Blues right in front of Passmore, and they're unable to get a good shot. Jamal Mayers, who has a goal, to Nash, and his shot deflects wide. Now Nash and Mark Bell going at it. The puck goes the length of the ice. Salvador touches it, icing, and Nash just toying with Mark Bell. Now Ferraro and Downey having words, and this crowd is begging for any sort of excitement, absolutely anything, and Bell puts a headlock on Nash, and Nash, a very smart fellow, hugs the linesman and tries to do a few punches with the linesman holding on to him. That's the safest place always.
That's the reason why this young line is out there. You have guys like Bell and Downey that are going to do something, and that's why I'm not surprised that this has not happened before. But Nash and Bell were kind of jostling at first, but it started right after here in front of the net. You'll see there's Ferraro going down, and then it just carried over here. That was Cheva Turkin taking down Ferraro, and then it continued towards the blue line. And I think that he goes back to the last shift. I believe Bell really got away with spearing Nash right at the blue line. There was no call made, but Nash has got his patented smile. He's back in the box, and there's Bell. He did get the extra 2 as he should have. He was the one that started the whole thing with the face wash. So I'm surprised that really that Nash is even in the box, as he really didn't do anything.
Great group packages are still available for all first-round playoff games at Sabbath Center. Groups of 20 can save $5 off Mezzanine High Center tickets. By the way, 14th and Clark party packs, which include a ticket, food, and drinks, are only $60 per person for groups of 20 or more. The popular club deck parties, party rooms, and party suites still available. And give the Blues a call first thing tomorrow morning, 314-622-5454. So now the Blues are going to have a power play here. Now here's Macinnis to Dimitra, out to Prader, over to Mellanby. The Blues 2 for 5 with 5 shots on the power play. Here's Al Macinnis. Puck knocked down and cleared down the ice by John Clem.
Going to the morning skates, this is what the Blues have been working on a lot, is the power play, and I think it's really paid off. 4 power play goals in the 3 games now, and they're really moving the puck well.
Nash gets 2 for roughing. Mark Bell gets a pair of roughing minors at 8:03, creating this power play. Here's Tkachuk. The Blues trying to make it 5-0 here in game number 3. Mellanby to Tkachuk, to Prader, to Mcinnis, to Prader. The shot deflects, knocked down, loose, kicked by Pops, and cleared but not out. Now knocked out to center ice. Sullivan with the puck. He'll go it alone. His team is changing, and he loses the puck. 4-0 Blues. 10:40 remaining. 43 seconds to go in this Blues power play.
It's amazing. Last season, Steve Sullivan had 8 shorthanded goals, which led the National Hockey League. This year, the Hawks only had 4 as a team shorthanded goals. So what a big difference it's been for the Hawks killing penalties this season.
The Blues offside there. Now 36 seconds remaining in their man advantage.
You can just see the dejection on the bench. Tony Monte, as Dan talked about, 2 shots on goal now in the entire series, which is, if your best players are not going to the net, not getting chances, you don't really have much of a chance of winning.
The shooters, the scorers I look for on Chicago, good save Passmore, are Daws and Amante. There just hasn't been much.
No.
You know, you get some plays from Zomnoff and Nylander. But Nylander's not going to score a lot. You got to go to Daws and Amante, and they just haven't had anything.
I will say this much, Kenny. The Hawks are lucky that they have one win. They've scored 2 goals in 3 games, and they have a win.
Here's Stillman firing through the goal mouth. Alexander Karpatsev with that shot. 3:10 to go in game number 1. That's offside Chicago. We're down to 9:48 remaining in the 3rd period.
The fact that the Hawks big guys have done nothing. You look at this, Amante, Daze, Jamnok, 3 shots total tonight out of the 11 that the Hawks have had. And when you have your best players doing nothing, you're not going anywhere at all. And I can just see the frustration in their faces when they go to the bench, but it's been really a good job. You see Amante just sitting there. It's been a great job by the Blues, but tonight was a chance for these guys to at least get going. They're not being checked. They're not in the same situation they were the first 2 games in St. Louis, where Joe Quenneville has the last change. These guys should have been able to take the bull by the horns, but they've not been able to do it. So you have to really credit the Blues' entire team for doing a great job checking again tonight.
And this was a game coming in where we all said, hey, this is the game the Blues want to get. If they get this one, they really are in a commanding position in the series. Now a shot by Calder. That's blocked by Finley. Shebaturkin. His shot deflects well wide. Bodine clears the puck up to Drake. At center ice with Eastwood, and they'll just shoot it in and change players. Now Downey gets in it with about 3 Blues heading to the bench. That gets the crowd a little excited. This crowd, except for the Blues fans here, has not been very excited all evening. The Blues scored the first goal just a minute 48 into the game. They have a 4-0 lead. Here's Arneson. Over to Daze. What a big save by Johnson. Now Mayers, who got that goal at the outset of the game, gets the puck in deep. Tyler Arneson back. Mayers, Ferraro, and Nash are on the ice. Here's Eric Daze. He's hit hard by Mayers. Then Daze goes after Mayers. Hawks with the puck. Arneson is poke checked. The pass for Amante. We're going to get a penalty. Mayers taken down. He's hurt. And there's going to be a penalty call here. While Odeline is there, Eric Daze and the Blues are not very happy at all. Mayers is down and injured. There's Tyson Nash. That's Doug Waite there trying to grab Amante. They've got Odeline and Nash tied up. Now Waite will put his sweater back on. You see Jamal Mayers on the ice. That's Mike Van Rhine there with Amante. Sticks and gloves strewn around the ice. And Ray Verrilli working on Jamal Mayers. And Daze and Odeline are already in the penalty box.
But here is the hit, Odeline on Nash. And then you see here, there's Jamal Mayers still there. Did we stay long enough? There it is, the cross check to the back of the head by Odeline. So again, that's the same thing that we saw Adam Foote get suspended when he went after Langkow in Phoenix. So you could bet that this may be a suspension out of this. And if the Hawks lose Odeline, that's a huge, huge loss for them. And there clearly was a cross check to the back of the head there, the neck area. And Odeline is being tossed from the game. I got a feeling that's going to be a 5-minute major, Kenny, and a match penalty possibly. So he probably is going to be suspended. But here's again, you'll see it here, right here, folks. You'll see right here. There's the cross check.
That's got to be a
to the side of the face. I thought that was to the behind, but it really wasn't. That's the side of the neck there. That's
a clear suspension incident, given what suspensions have been handed out late in the regular season by the National Hockey League.
Yeah, Odeline is not going to be in uniform. I guarantee you that on Tuesday. At least he shouldn't be after watching that there. That's a good close-up of it, guys. You can't hide from that kind of replay.
No. Brian Sutter has been as calm and untalkative as we have ever seen him. He just wants to get this game over with and get back in the dressing room and start focusing on Game 4 here Tuesday night.
Well, I like the fact that you see what it's all about, and you see the two-referee system. This is the one thing, and I'm not really a proponent of the two-referee system because it's too many times it's too inconsistent. But I like it in the playoffs for this reason. You can't get away with that stuff behind the play. If there's only one referee, there's no way he would have saw that, Kenny. And you would have to have the replay to send it into the league before you see anything. But with the two referees, and it's all those things, the cheap shots that you see in playoffs after the play is going up ice, the guy that's trailing on the back check, a chop or a turn the stick over, the spear to the back of the ribs, where referees in my days never saw that. You had bruises all the way up your back, your ribs were always sore, but with the two referee system, you never get away with that. And yes, Odeline right now with a 5-minute major, and the Blues will be on the power play for the next 5 minutes.
A 10-minute misconduct and a game misconduct, all 11:32.
So a 5-minute cross-checking penalty to Odeline, plus the misconduct, plus the game misconduct. And Nash gets some time also. Blues with a power play. Van Rhine's shot hits the side of the net. There's 8:10 to go. Here in the third period, the Blues already up 4-0, and that pass to Amonte is offside. I believe that Tyson Nash has received a 10-minute misconduct.
Well, a good job for Tyson Nash jumping into the fray there. After Jamal Mayers went down, he went right into it with Odeline. So you've got to jump in there and make sure that everything gets straightened out.
And Bernie Eric Daws gets a 10-minute misconduct also. So again, Odeline 5 for the cross-check, a 10-minute misconduct, a game misconduct. Daws a 10-minute misconduct, and the Blues Tyson Nash a 10-minute misconduct.
Well, here's the situation. What Odeline did, you're going to look back, and I really believe that you got to have a suspension there, Kenny. But you look back at a play like that, Odeline, if he's lost, he's suspended for a couple of games, it could be all over. He's their defenseman that has most of the ice time, and he's averaging up 27, 28 minutes a game, and that is not a smart play for anybody to take there. You can't do something like that.
This has been, and you won't know for sure until the end of the series, a very tough game for Chicago, and it may turn out to be a devastating game. Passmore deflects the puck away as Young was there. The Blues have the man advantage. Dimitra's pass knocked away and batted down the ice right out of midair by Tom Fitzgerald. We're down to 7.5 minutes to go in game number 3. 4-0 Blues. If they can hold on, they'll take a 2-1 lead in this best-of-7 Western Conference quarterfinal series. The Blues ended the regular season. Whoa, look at that. Passmore dives back as that one deflects. The Blues ended the regular season a game over 500 on the road. They were not a great road team by any stretch of the imagination. Watch this.
Well, here's an example of a goaltender cheating a little bit, and he almost got burnt on it. And here's another opportunity for Al Macinnis. Does a good job, Kenny, usually faking that one around the boards and then firing at the net. And he might try that as Passmore really anticipates a lot. In fact, he's always in motion, and he's almost anticipating where the puck is going to go before a shot, and he'll even move to the side of the crease to try to cut down an angle where sometimes you shoot the other way, it's going to go in.
Karpatsev to Sullivan. The Blues with goals for Mayers, Mellanby, Dimitra, and Young. Mayers even strength early in the first. Mellanby a power play goal in the first. Dimitra early second period power play goal. And with 50 seconds to go in the second, Young scored shorthanded. 6:50 left. Didn't miss one. The shots are 21-12 St. Louis. The Hawks had 7 shots in the first period, 4 in the second, and only 1 here in the third. Steve Sullivan will shoot the puck the length of the ice. The Hawks have been humiliated here in their home ice.
In front of 20,500 fans.
And a rare local TV audience. Here is Ferraro hit by Zomnov. Zomnov's going to sit on Ferraro. Eastwood has the puck, gets it to Drake, who gets it to Mcinnis. He's got some room if he can find the puck, And the shot stopped by Passmore after a deflection. Here's Eastwood. The Blues have 2:25 to go in the man advantage. Macinnis at the point. Gets the puck ahead. Now they wonder if he brought it out. The back linesman helped the linesman on the blue line there. They took a while to make the call. Now out to Mcinnis. He shoots. Good save with a right pad by Passmore. Salvador knocks the clearing effort by Zomnov down. Then Chicago clears the puck out. 5.5 minutes to go. And offside is Ray Ferraro. So a minute 59 to go in the power play. 5:27 left in the game. Folks, Bleed Blue Madness is back. This is your chance to be creative and display how you bleed blue during the Stanley Cup playoffs. There are 4 categories you can enter: business, home, school, and vehicle. Simply submit a photo of your entry. It'll be posted on stlouisblues.com, and the best entries per category will receive 2 tickets to a playoff game. For all the details, log on right away to stlouisblues.com. There were some great entries and great winners last spring. Pronger over to Waite. He stopped. Pronger with the puck. The Blues have the man advantage. This is what you call really being in command of a game. Alexander Karpatsev clears the puck out. The Blues are nearing a situation where they're going to record back-to-back shutouts in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Less than 5 minutes to go to achieve that. And Rhine flips the puck in. Passmore knocks it down. Clem tied up by Stillman. Here's Doug Waite. Waite, Young, and Stillman. Over to Van Rhine. The shot knocked down. And here's Korolev with the puck. Young knocked down also. And the Hawks clear the puck down the ice. Both teams are changing. 4.5 minutes to go in the game. 1:02 to go in that 5-minute major penalty to Lyle Odeline. Corey Stillman back for Macinnis, and the play broken up. Blues keep the puck in. Here is Dimitra to Stillman, and the puck stolen and cleared out and sent back in offside by Bryce Salvador.
Now this is where you're in a situation where the Blues just have to kill off time, and you can see they're still trying to move around, get some chances, get some shots, but you also see that both defensemen are back. They're not going to get caught in and give up a shorthanded goal. They've already scored a shorthanded goal, their own, Scott Young, and they're using everybody on the power play here. You see Bryce Salvador out, but this is unbelievable. 12 shots against is unreal. When you're on the road and you come into a building where the Hawks have had a great home record all season long and do this kind of job, Kenny, it's been a wonderful team effort.
For the Blackhawks, the highlight tonight has been the national anthem. 4 minutes to go in the third. In Boston in the third, the Bruins leading the Canadiens 5-3, trying to even that series at a game aside. Pops hit by Demitra. Tkachuk and Mellanby also out there. Chicago clears the puck out, and Macinnis will go back. Brian Sutter's team is changing. The penalty, the 5-minute penalty, is just about over. Nylander serving the 5-minute major. Here's Keith Tkachuk. Over here to Podine. He can't quite gather in the puck. Nylander comes on. The puck shot by him. It goes the length of the ice. Johnson will play it. And here's Chris Pronger. He flips the puck up. It goes off the stick of Eastwood to Drake, and he'll blast it in. Passmore playing the third period after Thibault played the first 2. And here are the Hawks now. It's Clem in the middle. Off of Korolev. Drake gets the puck to Mayers. Good to see him back. And the backhander goes wide. Less than 3 minutes remaining here at United Center in Chicago. Aaron Downey can't get around to Pronger. And the puck back in the Hawk zone. Again, we'll be with you on Tuesday night for Game 4. Our telecast begins at 7 o'clock. We'll be on WB11 KPLR TV on Tuesday night. Well, it'll be interesting to see how the Hawks come out in the first period Tuesday, and how much determination they have, and how much of that determination they'll be able to sustain over a long period in Game 4. Puck deflects to Ferraro, leading the charge for the Blues. Over to Jamal Mayers. He gets hit by Pops. The Blues are changing, and there's 2:12 to go. The Blues lead it 4-0. 21-year-old Mark Bell ahead to young Tyler Arneson. He's just a 23-year-old. And Rhine breaks it up. Here's Doug Waite. Waite trying to get the puck over to Young. He gets it back to Waite. Waite now to Drake to Young, and the backhander hits the side of the net. Passmore able to cover up, and play is stopped with only a minute 52 to go in the game.
What a great effort by the Blues. It's just absolutely unbelievable. And every single guy has come with a purpose this evening. They've just really dominated all facets of the game. Doug Waite didn't have to play as much, I'm sure, as Joe Quenneville needed him, because the Blues had such a good lead, playing back-to-back games for the first time in a long time. And you go through every one of those guys on the bench, what a job that they've done, picking up their man, doing the job. They got an early start with that big goal from Jamal Mayers, and they've just taken it to the Hawks the entire night, allowing only 12 shots on goal, Kenny.
Boy, the Hawks were brilliant at home in the regular season, but this is playoff time. Steve Sullivan. Shot goes wide. Turkin hit. Loose puck on the boards. Nylander ahead for Calder. Batted at by Van Rhijn. Nylander hit by Van Rhijn. Young gets the puck, and he'll bank it to center ice off the glass. Blues have a 4-0 lead. Mayers, Mellanby, Dimitra, and Young have scored. 2 power play goals in that group, plus a shorthanded goal. This is Steve Thomas. His shot blocked. Fitzgerald, his shot, that goes wide. 1:10 remaining. Nylander, side of the net. Give and go. And the return pass batted away. Thomas leaves the puck for Tom Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald to Nylander. Bumped by Salvador. Less than a minute to go in this one. Nylander trying to get away from Salvador, who tries to stay with him. The puck to Fitzgerald. Hawks trying to get a goal here in the last minute. Salvador clears the puck up to Drake. 42 seconds to go. Drake will just shoot the puck in. Mayers will go after it. He's chased by Housley. Most of this crowd has departed. Here's a shot by Eastwood that goes wide. 25 seconds remaining. So the Blues will take a 2-1 lead in the best-of-7 series. Game 4 here Tuesday night. Game 5 in St. Louis Thursday night. That'll be a 6 o'clock game. Whoa. Downey drives Young from here to Wilmette. And we get a stoppage in play, and Downey's going to get a charging penalty. I'm surprised Young was able to jump right up. I mean, he got rocked by Aaron Downey with 7.2 seconds to go.
Paying the price to get the puck out of the zone, and that's what every one of these guys has done all night long. You know you're going to get hit coming around the boards, and Downey actually blindsided him there, and there really was no charge. You got to call it checking from behind. That's where a good call there by the referee to make sure that you don't have those things. Those things shouldn't happen there in the situation with 7.2 seconds. And
our Bud players of the game, great team effort. You got to give it to the entire club.
Absolutely, there's no question. This is the best team effort that we've seen all season long. In a foreign building, this has been absolutely unreal. This is a new record, team record, Kenny. The old record, 14 shots on goal in a playoff game. The Blues only give up 12, so what an effort by the St. Louis Blues tonight.
And it's over. Another shutout, back-to-back shutouts for Brent Johnson. He doesn't get much work tonight, but he keeps everything out of the goal. For Dan McLaughlin and Bernie Federko, I'm Ken Wilson. Thanks for joining us. 4-0 is the final. Game 4 Tuesday night at 7 on WB11. This copyrighted telecast and exclusive presentation of Fox Sports Net. For more on tonight's game, stay tuned for the Midwest Sports Report. It's coming up next here on Fox Sports Net.